Despite ongoing tension between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, there was little global attention when the armed conflict broke out on September 14, 2022. Human Rights Watch investigated the conflict and found both sides committed apparent war crimes. HRW's Digital Investigations Lab gathered evidence on some of the incidents that occurred during the 4 days of the conflict. Using satellite images, we were able to confirm the presence of burn marks in villages and on roads on both sides of the border. This allowed us to identify key places to focus our on-the-ground research. By cross-referencing the satellite images of the burn sites with verified social media videos, we were able to confirm that Kyrgyz villages were looted and deliberately destroyed by people in civilian clothes speaking Tajik under the watch of Tajik forces. This analysis helped us understand the scale of the damage. Our team was able to then visit these villages and corroborate the evidence with witness testimonies, suggesting that these attacks may have been an attempt to clear the area of its population. On the other side of the border, 2 ambulances and a car with civilians came under attack. Witnesses claimed that the shots came from Dostuk, a village in Kyrgyzstan northeast of the site. According to witness accounts, the shots started while the vehicles were moving until they finally stopped and continued to be shot at and finally set ablaze. These accounts, plus satellite images and additional photographs of the attack's aftermath, allowed us to find the likely position where the vehicles stopped. With this information, we tried to identify the possible bullet trajectories. To do this, the team at the border between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan inspected the burnt chassis of the ambulances and the bullet holes to determine the trajectory. This was done by inserting a straight object into the holes and recording the angle with a special sensor in an iPhone called a LiDAR sensor. This technology uses infrared pulses to create 3D scans of an object or area, and in this case, of the vehicles. We then put these scans into 3D modeling software and extended the bullet hole lines. We could already see a kind of a pattern emerge. Most of the trajectories had a similar angle. To determine where the bullets were fired from, we needed to know the end position of the ambulances and when each bullet had pierced them. This was something we of course had no record of, but we had enough information to make an approximation. So we drew a range of probable origins of the shots while the ambulances were still moving. Then we outlined a range of possible end positions of the vehicles based on the burn marks and mapped probable sources of the shooting for these positions. The locations we identified correlated with a Kyrgyz border checkpoint with military presence that our colleagues in the area had seen. They also correlated with a satellite image taken a day after the attack that revealed a Kyrgyz forces base with active firing positions. This was all consistent with testimony from witnesses who said the bullets came from the northeast and were likely fired by Kyrgyz forces that controlled Dostuk village at the time. The combination of witness testimony, satellite imagery, videos and photographs of the burned villages, as well as the 3D analysis of the ambulance attack, helped us determine that both parties to the conflict likely committed war crimes on September 16, 2022.